Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Giordano, and for today's game journal, I'm going to be covering Stardew Valley. I chose Stardew Valley for this game journal because one of the things we've been focusing on this week is morality in video games. And for me, no game really demonstrates that concept better than Stardew Valley. The game sets you up as a new farmer moving into the town of Stardew Valley, and with that, you're free to do pretty much anything you want when it comes to transforming the town. You can go and talk to all the citizens, build relationships with the NPCs, or you can just ignore them completely and try to make infinite money. Or both. The choice is yours. If you're familiar with this game, you'll notice a lot of the footage you're seeing is from pretty late into the game. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at Stardew Valley, so I had my girlfriend play a day through her Stardew Valley world just so you can get a better idea of what late game Stardew looks like. So, at its core, Stardew Valley is a game all about relationship building. Throughout the game, you'll meet tons of different NPCs who all go about their lives in different ways, and it's your choice of whether you want to interact with them and talk with them every day to build that relationship and achieve new events throughout the game. As you can see from the footage, you're also able to cultivate animals on your farm throughout the game. In addition to the NPCs throughout the game, you also are able to take care of these animals and build your relationship with them and raise their heart levels as well, which in turn just gets you better products. But there's still something to be said about having the choice to take care of something in this game. And Stardew Valley really has a large focus on this idea of morality. You're a new farmer coming into this town, and it really is all up to you to fix it. The town isn't going to do anything itself to solve all of the NPC's problems throughout the game. While the game has tons of lovable characters, they're not going to make any progress to their goals without you stepping in as the player and intervening in their lives. I know another thing we had talked about in class was the idea of cutscenes versus banter dialogue for when you're talking to NPCs, where cutscenes are more the players actually interacting, or you get to have a say in the matter of whatever is happening, or at least your character is going to take an action. Whereas the banter dialogue is more just you're witnessing two other characters, or more, going about their day. Now, Stardew has two different types of character interactions that can occur throughout the game. It classifies these as dialogue, which you get to have one of each with each character per day. You can talk to them once and then they just won't say anything to you for the rest of the day. Which is a little bit of a weird system, but hey, that's how the game works, right? The other option is through events. As you talk to characters, their heart level will raise as your connection with them grows. And after you reach a certain threshold of hearts, an event will trigger that helps deepen your understanding of maybe something that character is going through or a life goal they're trying to accomplish. I think these events go a long way for helping you to understand what's really going on with the characters and help you as the player develop a deeper connection with the town of Stardew Valley. As just one example, I want to talk about one of the particular characters in the game. His name is Shane, and he's honestly pretty depressed. He doesn't feel like he's contributing anything to the town. He feels like he has nothing to live for. And he also works for the villain corporation of the game, Joja Corp. Um, but Shane's main issue is that he's not getting any better. He goes to the bar every night and just drinks his life away. Until you, the player, step in and start talking to him every day about what is going on in his life. In addition, you're also able to help get him off of his alcohol addiction by giving him coffee in the morning instead of his daily beer. The effects that this has on the rest of the game is tremendous. Not only because it helps Shane to become a better person, but it also affects his relationships with Shane's younger sister and other characters in the game. So Stardew creates sort of this domino effect between its NPC characters, to where you're not just affecting one when you have dialogue options, but multiple characters across the span of the game. So I know one of the things we were really getting at in our class discussion was how NPCs can be used as tools for moral reflection in a game. Now, Stardew does really make you think at a deeper level about its characters, kind of like that example with Shane. It makes you think about how in real life, just by taking the time to talk to someone in the day, you might grow a deeper relationship with them, or maybe help them with something you didn't even know they were struggling with. But what I find really cool about that is Stardew doesn't really go out of its way to teach you that lesson. It's more of something that you just inherently learn throughout your time playing the game and experiencing its storylines. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the gameplay of Stardew Valley. While most just view it as a traditional farming sim, there's so much more to the game than just farming. In addition to the farming mechanics, you also have the mines. Now, the mines operate similar to how you might view a roguelike type game, where you're descending throughout the mines, a health bar magically appears, um, and you have to fight monsters and mine to collect resources like copper and iron to upgrade all your tools to use back on the farm. In addition to that, there's also an in-depth fishing mechanic. If you see a body of water, go ahead and cast your line and you can start fishing. Now, what I really like about these mechanics is they build back into the relationship side of the game. For example, with fishing, one of the main NPCs you're going to be talking to is named Willie. He lives down by the beach, and his role is essentially just to sell you fishing equipment on a surface level. But if you decide to go deeper and keep fishing more and more and starting to build your relationship with Willie, eventually he'll show you his ship that you can start to repair. That'll take you to a whole new island area of the game that's only unlockable once you've built up your relationship with this character. So much of Stardew Valley is locked behind doing these character relationships. And that's not a bad thing. Stardew is built to be played over a long time. You're not meant to sit down and complete it in one sitting. So it's good that there's these long-term character relationships you're supposed to build out throughout the game experience. Now, building character relationships up to 10 hearts, like you see here, does take some time. Stardew Valley isn't the type of game where you're meant to play it without playing anything else in between. Stardew Valley is the type of game where you're going to play it when you get it and then go on to maybe play Elden Ring or something and then come back to a little bit of Stardew later that month. It's something that's meant to be played for years to come, which is why characters have these larger relationship fields, so that way even when you come back to the game after a long time, there'll still be new things to see and experience. I know something else we had talked about in our class was the developers behind these games. And what I really love about Stardew Valley's developer, Concerned Ape, is they're still developing content to this day. In fact, just a couple weeks ago, the game had its 1.6 update adding in new character events and new content, which is always great to bring people back into the game or bring in new people who may not have given the game a try in the first place. To close out this game journal, I just want to talk about a few of my thoughts on this game. Stardew Valley is a game that I've came back to multiple times over the years and have really enjoyed my time with. While, unlike my girlfriend, I haven't spent as much time to get all of the relationships maxed out, I've found it cozy to just do a day in Stardew Valley and just go fishing. Now, I know for a lot of people these cozy games aren't for them, but I think that's why Stardew really tries hard to vary up its gameplay. So no matter what type of game you want to experience, you can. If you don't want to touch the farming at all, you can more than get by in Stardew Valley. This is a game you can easily sink hundreds of hours into if you wanted to. So my advice would be, if you ever see it on sale, go for it. You might like it. Thank you for listening to my game journal on Stardew Valley. I hope you all have a great day.